Insomnia, wow. Did a little video about it not long ago on the channel, and some sort of tips to kind of make it easier, get to sleep. Oh, the last 2 nights I have had a nightmare, and to top it off, I haven't even heeded any of my usual tips, usual practices to try and help you get off to sleep. I've just done that thing laying there, literally letting those thoughts whirl around in my head. So I've been planning a little project and giving it some thought. I've made some notes. I've thought about it at bedtime, as you do. The last 2 nights, it's just been going around in my head. And as you guys know, if you suffer from insomnia, it's the same thoughts. There's a point when you can't think about anything anymore unless A, you just crack on and do the thing you're thinking about, or at the very least, you do more research, so you've got more to think about. So just thinking about the same thing over and over. And then, of course, as you know, random other things come into your head. And then if you're not careful, as the night wears on, you start thinking about things that worry you or that are giving you anxiety or problems coming up that you weren't even laying awake thinking about in the first place. Often it's them anyway, but this was a positive thing. So I don't know about you guys, so I'm laying there and I'm thinking, do I go down and get a cup of tea? Do I get up and do some notes? That's some of my practices are like, you're better off getting up or doing something or reading than just laying there thinking you've got to break the cycle. Laying there hoping for sleep doesn't always work. That's in a previous video. But I didn't. I just laid there. Last 2 nights, 3:30 in the morning was the last hour I saw in. And then, of course, a couple of hours later, your alarm's going off. Absolutely exhausting. Now, in a couple of days, I've got a job on where I've got to get up I've got to set my alarm for 4 a.m. And I really don't want to be laying awake till 3:30 a.m. because I've also got a 2.5 hour drive to get to the job. So that will be absolutely exhausting. So tonight I need to get these problems sorted. Luckily today and yesterday I've got to get up for work, but it's not paid work. I'm doing stuff for myself, if that makes sense. So A, I don't have to be dead on time, and B, if I'm not on time, there's no one there to get upset, basically. But imagine that, 2 nights of not sleeping. The only good thing is, if I don't sleep tomorrow night, after work, I'll definitely sleep the next night because I'll be exhausted, but it'll be a very difficult day's work and probably a dangerous drive in. That's the thing with insomnia. If you've got to drive for a living, or you do a life or death job, it can really affect your work. For me, I've always had eczema since a little kid, and I work with my hands, so they get really dry and itchy. And often I'll be laying there, and I'll be like, "Oh, hands are itching." So I have to disturb myself to get some moisturiser or something to put on them. Or you'll be laying there thinking, "Oh, getting a bit hot now. Shall I open the window more? I'm getting a bit cold." You just end up going through stupid routines or cycles rather, of just other things now that don't let you sleep. What do you guys do? What do you do? So I've told you in a previous video what I usually do to help, and it involves you've got to stop laying there, you've got to break the cycle. But what do you do? I really don't know. I'm really, really tired. Luckily for me and for her, my wife sleeps like a log. She's like, you might as well just switch her off. So fidgeting around all night isn't actually disturbing her too much. But if you've got a partner where your insomnia ends up causing them lack of sleep, which I imagine makes them quite tatchy. Anyway, short one today, just about yeah, a current problem. So check out a previous video, might give you some tips if you do get insomnia, but for sure comment below, have you got a way of cracking it? Do you use sleeping pills, even like a light herbal? I've never tried them. Do you use sleeping pills? Do they work, but do they allow you to bounce out of bed when you need to, when the alarm goes off? Because my biggest problem is I'm a lifelong person that has to snooze my alarm. I hate getting out of bed. From a teenager to an adult, getting out of bed is the hardest part of my day, and now it's freezing cold outside, or the other day flooding rain all day. I kind of really don't want to get out of bed. I want to hibernate on those days. Anyway, let me know.